Welcome to the Databricks experience at the Grand Lex Cafe in the Venetian. We're here at AWS reInvent 2024, and I'm joined by Chris Lyon, VP of Engineering at Twilio. Welcome, Chris.
Thank you for having me. It's great to be here.
So Chris, could you tell us a little bit more about Twilio and your role?
So I'm on the engineering side, but Twilio in itself is really a customer experience platform. We bring data communications channels together, contextual data, and really try to bring that customer and personalization at every single interaction. So our partnership with Databricks and AWS is really fundamental to how we unlock the full value of customer data. And if you think about companies and where they have data, and I think Databricks and AWS know this very well, our customer data is sitting in data warehouses and data lakes, and it's very siloed. And historically, there's been a big gap between historical data and real-time customer interactions. And this is where the partnership is very crucial. By integrating Segment CDP with platforms like Databricks, we become that transformative action of bringing static data into actionable intelligence.
What's your role as a leader to help organizations really think through that collaboration and get value out of that data?
So a lot of times it's a cultural change within the company. And I think really what it comes down to is, what are you trying to drive from a customer experience standpoint? And who's really trying to drive that? Like, what business unit is there? And the term unified profile is really that. It is a unified profile across the entire company. And so when you think of a marketing interaction or a support interaction, or even hey, I just bought something and I want to return it and I want to have an interaction with a customer, all of that data is there. And so the one thing I would stress for any company that's trying to break down these silos is, do you have a fractured experience? And do you want to solve that problem? And if you want to solve that problem and your customers are experiencing your organization is fractured, then I think you need to take some steps to start breaking some of those silos down. And we have the tools to do that as part of the unified profile and that personalized experience.
So Chris, with Twilio's focus and being able to create these amazing customer experiences, what does data intelligence mean to you?
So data intelligence for me goes beyond just collecting data. It is really about providing immediate, actionable insights for a better customer experience. And it's unifying the behavioral, the fractional, the conversational data into a clear customer profile that is activated in milliseconds that you can then take action against. Maybe another example is, imagine that you're checking into a hotel and you're automatically being assigned a room. And it happens to be on the top floor because that's what your preference is in the thing. That is something of really just understanding the actions that are happening in real life around you, and then matching that against that profile in itself, to then provide that personalized experience. And it's a similar example as the plane example, but it is very much there from any kind of experience, whether it be at like a check-in counter or via a mobile app where somebody isn't necessarily involved and they don't have to look at your profile. It's automatically happening as part of that customer experience.
So switching gears a little bit, what has been some of the strategic impacts of AI at Twilio?
The story with AI isn't with AI necessarily. It really starts with data and bringing the data together. And, one of our mantras is, AI without context is just artificial. And, once we start to really bring the data together and bring it in an area that we can do predictive insights, we can do propensities, we could do various things around that data, it actually becomes less fractured. And you combine the behavioral and the conversational data, and you bring it all together, it just further enriches, at least for us, the unified profile. And so layering AI on top of the data and bringing it together is actually all about moving to a more proactive versus reactive customer experience, especially if you can predict potentially what the customer's going to do.